Hello everyone and welcome back to Wednesday's lesson for maths. Today you are going to use something called the distributive law to multiply a one-digit number by a two-digit number and focusing on the multipliers of 6, 7 and 9. Now that word there, distributive, is a little bit of a mouthful. I would try it a couple of times first, saying it out loud. Distributive law. So you're going to need distributive, digit, multiply and product. The only numbers you'll be multiplying by today, in the brackets, 6, 7 and 9. Now let me show you what the distributive law is. Okay, it's not complicated, it's actually quite a useful tool. 22 multiplied by 6. Okay, the nice thing the distributive law does is it splits them. So watch. 22, this is my multiplicand if you remember. If I put that into tens and ones, I have 22. Agreed? Yeah? Because that's two tens. And two tens is, well, that's 20, isn't it? Okay? So if I was to have this equals 20 and 2. Now what the distributive law does is it tells you if you multiply each one of these separately, if you distribute them separately, it's quite easy to multiply. Okay, and I'll show you how. Okay, now what they might do is get you to draw a box like this, which is what we'll look at on Stretch It. And you can do it that way. And here is the big little box. It's like a bar model, this is called. And I'm going to put my ones down here, 2. And I'm going to put my tens up here, also 2. Be careful, it's not 2, is it? It's 20. So 22. So watch what happens now. If I put my 6 here, 6 multiplied by 20. Now remember yesterday's lessons on multiplying 10. Put your hand over the 0 and make it 10 times smaller. Easy, isn't it? 10 times smaller, I'm left with 2. 6 times 2 is 12. But remember, it's not 12 because I've done 6 times 20. I've made it 10 times smaller by hiding my 0. So now I need to make it 10 times bigger, moving it across the place value because this is now my hundreds, tens, ones. If I times a number by 10, I'm going to have a 0 at the end. I'll never have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or any other digit. Can you do 6 times 2? Pretty easy, isn't it? We've just done it. 12. I'm not done yet though, because now all I have to do as part of my distributive law is to add my numbers together. So I do 120 added to 12 equals 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus nothing is 1. Now, that's a lot of information. So I'd watch this back and watch the steps that I followed. Okay, there's a try it up here, but first if I was you, I would do steps to success. So number 1, I would say remember place value. Okay, this is complicated stuff. Okay, this is what year 4 maths is like. It can be very tricky. Follow simple steps. Remember place value. And I would say next, distribute tens and ones. Okay? Number 3, multiply. Number 4, add together. That's all you need to do. Now, 4 steps. If you follow all 4 and you're careful, this will be easy. Again, watch. Step 1, 22, well you know is made up of 20 and 2. So make sure you've drawn a bar model out. 6 times 2, 12, but remember it's 6 times 20. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay, either make it 10 times smaller or count with your fingers. 6 times 2, 12. Step 4, add them together. Ba-ching, there's your answer. So here is your try it. Goodness me, my board is very small, isn't it? 31 multiplied by 6. So if I was you, draw out your bar model. I'll help you with the first bit. Oops, that's not a very straight chocolate bar. Separate your tens and your ones. Okay? Press pause now, try it a go, and then I'll go through it with you. Okie dokie. Hope you've all had a go. 31 multiplied by 6. Your 6 comes down here, because that's the multiplier. Your 30 up here, didn't give myself very much room, did I? And my 1 down here, because 10's that side, 1's that side. 6 times 30. Now, that's quite scary, that sounding. But all I have to do, remember, make it 10 times smaller. 6 multiplied by 3, 18. Make it 10 times bigger, move it one step to the left on the place value, 180. 6 multiplied by 1. Well, 1 times 6 is 6. Step 4, add them all together. Well, that's nice and simple, isn't it? 180, it's a bit shiny over there, isn't it? 180 add 6, well, that's lovely. 186. Okay, so that is the distributive law. Don't panic. I know it's like, there's so much information. 4 simple steps. Go back again, if I was you, watch it through. Because when you get then to stretch it, solve it, you don't want to be going, oh, I don't understand, do it. Take your time, okay? Don't worry. We'll go through this again in school again when you're back soon. Take it nice and steady. Follow the steps to success. Looking at stretch it then. Oof. Coco thinks 22 multiplied by 7 equals 14 plus 14, which is 28. So Coco thinks 22 multiplied by 7 is 28. Now, your mini maths alarm bell should be ringing, because you know 4 times 7 is 28, so 22 times 7 must be a lot bigger. Big mistake straight away. So let's see if Coco's made a mistake. 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 2, 14. Yeah, she's right. So 14 plus 14 is 28. What's she done wrong? Should that be 2? Oh. Mr. Nash's first step to success. Remember place value. Shouldn't be 2, should it? It should be 22. So it's 22. Oh dear. So she's done 7 times 2 equals 14 because she's used yesterday's lesson that you make it 10 times smaller, it's easier. But she's forgotten to make it 10 times bigger. So it's not 14, it's 10 times bigger, it's 140. And there's a different answer for that, because if I shrink suddenly, 140, follow the last bit, add them together, add 14. Oh, I should have done column addition, Mr. Nash. I can do it, I can save it quickly. 140, can you still see? Yes, you can. Add 14. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 1 plus nothing is 1. My answer should be 154. But remember, explain why. Because when Coco was working it out, she made a number 10 times smaller, but did she make it 10 times bigger again for herself? No. Show me, explain why. Most important things. Now, when I looked at Solve It, I thought, oh my goodness, is that really a year 4 question? It's very hard. It is very hard. Do not panic though, because you can do it. It's possible. Again, use your own numbers first, because it is very, very mean, very tricky. Something 4, number 10s and 1s, multiplied by something equals 100 and something, add something 2 equals something, something and 4. Wow, that's a lot of information. Take it step by step. Okay? Something 4 multiplied by something, 100 and something, add something and 2. So what I would do here, I'm going to draw my bar model. You can still see. Good. Let's think about what we do know. What we do know is we're multiplying something here with 4. Okay? So something here with 4. Oh, I've not split it up, have I? Remember my 10s and 1s, Mr. Nash. So my 1s need to go this side. My 10, I don't know yet. So my 4 ends up with something 2. That's what I do know. Okay? That's all I know at the moment. And, there's a 100 and something as well. I also know that. So not very much at the moment. But that's okay, because I know my 4 times table. And all I need to do is count up until I get to a number that has 2 in it. So the multiples of 8. So 4, 16. Oh, that's not right, is it? What's missing? Oh, 4, 8. Oh, it could be 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. It could be 12 or it could be 32. I think it might be 32. But how do I know? Let me put a 32 in there. Which means I might be multiplying by 8. If I was to say it was like 3, if I times by 3 at this point, I'm not sure it would work with my hundreds column. If I had to multiply something by 3, I'm not sure it would go into the hundreds. 4, I think that would work better. So I'm going to put here 32. And how many jumps did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it 8 times to get there. So I'll put my 8 in there. 8 times something equals 100 and something. If I put 2 in here and make that 20, and say I'm multiplying by 24, let's see if that works. Can I do 2 times 8? Yes, 2 times 8 is 16. Make it 10 times bigger would be 160. 160. Okay, add 32. Well, I know that's 192. Oh, Mr. Nash, you've made a mistake. I've got a 4 in the end. I want to be sneaky and change it. Right, however, I've got it wrong, so I'd actually have to go back and do it again. And I might have made a mistake somewhere. This is tricky. It's very tricky. So you're going to have to look at your multiples, which is why I've got multiply there. Should have written multiples, shouldn't I, Mr. Nash? Better write multiples now. You're going to have to look at your multiples. You're going to have to draw out a bar and always start with the information you know. Don't panic and look at the whole thing. It's like starting your dinner and thinking, I don't know where to start. I can't eat it all at once. So you've got to take things piece by piece. Use the information you know and then go